Hello, Bolly.id lovers! Apa kabar? Saya balik lagi, okay? Hari ni, Bolly.id ada tamu yang exciting, tapi kita tunggu dulu. Yang lain pada masuk dulu, okay? Apa kabar? Hello, Harsha. Hello, Maya. Hello, Jabin. Shivani. Hello. Nice to see you here. I'm just waiting for everyone to come in before I start. Yes, our guest is already here. Just waiting. I'm just going to give a few introduction, yeah. Hi, Sonia. Nice to see you all here. Please tell everybody we're online already. Okay, I think we can start now. Selamat sore. Hari ini Bolly.id ada tamu yang a bit unique ini. Karena dia adalah seorang therapist yang menggunakan suara untuk menyembuhkan orang-orang yang penyakit. Dia pakai suara-suara supaya kita agak lebih sehat. Seru ya, dengerinlah suara apa aja yang bikin kita lebih sehat. Ladies and gentlemen, today our guest is from India. She is actually known as people would call her probably a dong therapist, but for me, she heals through sounds, and she's gonna explain to us exactly how she does it. Okay, before I start, special thanks to Tiara Mirchandani for the beautiful flyer. Thank you to Varsha Alwani for introducing Preeta to me. And now may I call on Preeta to come online. Preeta, are you there? Okay, we have to add Preeta here. Let me check. Okay, hang on. Preeta, can you... Oh, okay. Let me add you. 1 minute. Oh, wait, yeah. Preeta, can you... okay, you're there. Great. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Preeta Pradhan. Oh, are you there? Okay. Yes, there. Hi, Preeta, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, we're so excited to have you today. We're so
Yeah,
curious about what you're doing.
it's so wonderful to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yes, I hope all of you is there in India.
Yeah, all is well. And I'm in this beautiful place in Rishikesh.
Sorry, where are you from?
I am presently in Rishikesh.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Preeta, we just need you to move the phone a bit down because your face is... Yes, that's better. Thank you. Oh,
Is this okay?
you're a bit cut. Your head is a bit... Yes, I think that's... Yes, perfect. Okay, Preeta, now, I don't want to move, beat around the bush. Just want to really get into the point, ask you, can you please explain to us what is this sound healing all about, or this dong therapy, as many people call it?
Yeah. So, like I said, thank you so much for inviting me. It's really an honor to be here. And welcome to everybody who's watching us right now. Sound healing is actually a very, very ancient practice. In fact, sound is everywhere. And as we know that the whole cosmos was created with this unstruck sound, which we call Om. And as we understand today through quantum theory, everything is energy. And energy is basically something which is always moving. So we are also completely made of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Every cell is vibrating at a certain frequency. But what happens is, as we live life, as we experience life, and due to our habits and behaviors and how we process emotions,
Mm-hmm.
we don't allow the energy to flow freely. Because
Okay.
when we don't experience emotions fully,
Mm-hmm.
and we have been taught to judge emotions, not a good emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be angry, don't be sad, don't be negative. So somebody is saying my voice is not good.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know what I can do about it.
Um,
Is
maybe,
it
I
better
think I
now?
can't hear you. I can't hear.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can
I'm
you hear me?
okay. I can hear you.
Uh, then I think it will be in their connection, because if you can hear me, I think you should be able to hear me also.
Do you have earphones?
So just give me a minute. I will just have to get my earphones out.
Yes, she's using. Thank you, Jabin and Yosef.
Is this better?
Um, I'm
Is
like I
this
said, I'm okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
I know you were.
I think it's better. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
So I was saying, because we don't process all the emotions,
Mm-hmm.
we choose to block them because we've been told that these emotions are not good.
Mm-hmm.
Those vibrations of those emotions, every emotion also has a frequency.
Mm-hmm.
They get blocked, and they get blocked in our energy body.
Okay.
It is like an instrument going out of tune.
Mm-hmm.
As you would know, any string instrument, we have to constantly tune them.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, our bodies need to be tuned.
Mm-hmm.
So when we use sound healing instruments like a gong or a bowl,
Mm-hmm.
or any instrument, a flute, a rattle,
Mm-hmm.
so many kinds of drums,
Mm-hmm.
we allow the cells in our body which have got stuck because of these unprocessed emotions
Mm-hmm.
to retune themselves, to come back to tune. We call
Mm-hmm.
it resonance.
Okay.
And as the cell starts to tune themselves, we release those stuck energies, and healing happens. So sound heals through frequencies and vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if you might remember in school experiments, we used to do the experiment with pendulums.
Mm-hmm.
Say you have 5 pendulums,
Mm-hmm.
and each one is oscillating at its own pace, which is different from each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the last pendulum, which you strike firmly. And
Okay.
when you strike it firmly, after some time, you will notice that all the pendulums start oscillating at the same pace as the one that you struck the last.
Mm-hmm.
It's called entrainment. Basically,
Okay.
it means synchronization.
Okay.
So, what it means is when my body is not in tune
Mm-hmm.
because of the unprocessed emotions,
Okay.
when I play music, these sound instruments, and I play it consistently for a period of time, it
Okay.
forces the cells to retune themselves and to come back into what we call resonance.
Okay.
I hope I was able to give you a
Yes.
clarity.
Maybe with that, just fix your phone, Preeta. Yeah, that's better. So, what are the different kinds of sound? How do you know which instrument to use for each ailment? I mean,
Yeah.
how does it happen?
So first of all, I would like to clarify over here that I don't call myself a therapist.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, and the reason I don't call myself therapist is because I feel I, people are saying to lower the camera, but I can only hold the camera in one position because I have got the earphone attached to it now. And I
Okay.
have a stand, I have to hold the phone in a particular way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, therapists are those people where you go with a particular disease and say, I have this disease, can you heal me?
Mm-hmm.
I like to work from a more organic space
Mm-hmm.
where I ask the person, what is the emotion you're going through right now?
Mm-hmm.
Or what emotion does this condition arise in you? And I work through the emotions
Mm-hmm.
because my understanding is that every emotion that we don't feel creates a kind of disease. So if I have a lot of anger and I
Mm-hmm.
don't release that anger and I keep suppressing it,
Mm-hmm.
I will face issues in my liver.
Okay.
If I have a lot of issues about security, about, am I safe and secure in this world?
Uh-huh.
Then I will have issues in my what we call the base, like, your hip joint, your groin area.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you have issues about responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
I have too many responsibilities, or I'm responsible for everything that's happening to my life, or I have no control over my life, then
Mm-hmm.
I will suffer issues of the shoulder. So,
Okay.
if you are aware of chakras, are you
Yeah.
aware of chakras?
Yes.
So, sound healing can be used with chakras, can be used with elements of nature, like whether it is a fire element or a earth element, and our bodies are made of these five elements.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Also, we have what is known as energy meridians in our body.
Mm-hmm.
There are energy meridians which run from, say, a part of the body and right down the finger,
Mm-hmm.
or from the top of the body right down to your toes.
Okay.
That's how acupressure, acupuncture, qigong, all of these work.
Okay.
So when we use the instruments, depending on what is the condition, which emotion, we
Okay.
identify which is the element that needs to be released. So if it is the fire element, then we will play a certain kind of instrument, like say maybe a shamanic drum.
Okay.
If the person has more issues with the water element, which means emotion, flowing of emotion,
Uh-huh.
then we will use the instruments which are known as a rain stick or an ocean drum.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, I can also do healing with just bowls or with just gong,
Mm-hmm.
because gongs and bowls have certain frequencies,
Okay.
and every organ in our body is supposed to vibrate at a particular frequency.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody comes to me and says, okay, I have this problem, I
Mm-hmm.
identify which is the frequency and I use that instrument which is tuned to that frequency.
Okay.
I hope
Um,
I hope I'm making myself clear.
yeah. No, in our conversation beforehand, you mentioned about cancer and
Yeah.
how it happens. Can you just explain about that? I mean,
Yeah.
how is it
So
applicable for cancer patients?
like I said, if you speak to any experienced sound healer,
Mm-hmm.
they will tell you that sound can heal any disease,
Mm-hmm.
because disease is just the symptom. Sorry, am I back?
Yes. Yes.
Disease is just a symptom of an emotion which is blocked in our body. So, any disease, whether it is cancer or any other disease,
Mm-hmm.
is just the expression of that particular emotion which we have blocked. And when we speak in English, what do we say is cancerous? We say this is like cancer, which means what? It is persistent.
Mm-hmm.
So when I hold resentment
Mm-hmm.
for very long in my body,
Mm-hmm.
it has a tendency to turn into cancer.
Okay.
And these emotions need not necessarily be only in this lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
These emotions we can carry like we believe in the energy healing world from previous lifetimes also.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have babies who have cancer, right?
Mm-hmm.
They haven't really experienced any emotion in this lifetime,
Mm-hmm.
but they have carried the remnants of that disease from a previous birth. Unprocessed
Okay.
emotion can cause cancer, yes.
Okay. So you were saying that it sits 7 years in our body, those
Yeah,
cells. And
yeah.
then can you explain that? And then it gets reactivated after 7 years.
So again, in the energy healing world, we feel that the start of a disease is always with one unprocessed emotion,
Mm-hmm.
and it becomes the subconscious mind's way of dealing with that emotion. So
Mm-hmm.
say in my life I'm experiencing situations which are constantly causing me resentment,
Mm-hmm.
and the first time the resentment arose, I chose one way of behaving, which is to push it aside, as to not express it, keep it in my body, and keep on grumbling, complaining, being sad about it.
Mm-hmm.
Next time a situation arises which again brings up resentment,
Mm-hmm.
the body has learned the behavior and it again goes and stores that unprocessed emotion in the body.
Mm-hmm.
So they say that for 7 years, the energy body stores that disease. And it's only if in those 7 years we have not done any healing work
Mm-hmm.
that it becomes a physical manifestation.
Okay. Which turns into cancer.
Any disease, not necessarily cancer only, any
Okay.
disease.
Okay. Um, uh, Preeta, I'm curious. This
Yeah,
sound healing, is it applicable? Because nowadays, because of our food, diet, and, so many other, things, we have children who are, autistic or
yeah,
differently abled,
yeah,
or, how can you apply this for, you know, this kind of a situation?
yeah. So, children who are on the autism spectrum
Mm-hmm.
actually can be healed by sound healing
Mm-hmm.
if they're allowed the freedom to explore the sounds, because for them, certain sounds may be very scary.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in fact, there is a experiment done by an ENT specialist of France called Dr. Tomatis,
Mm-hmm.
and he has worked with frequencies, and
Mm-hmm.
he has a method where children on the autism spectrum and with
Mm-hmm.
learning disabilities
Mm-hmm.
are made to hear a particular frequency for a certain duration of time,
Okay.
and they are able to come out of their learning disability.
Okay. But that must be probably a long period of time before that happens, right?
It takes time. See, sound healing is a very subtle form of actually healing always takes time.
Mm-hmm.
The only place where we think healing is happening and it doesn't seem to take that much time is allopathy or the Western medicine form,
Okay.
where we take a pill and we expect that the pain will go away. And the pain does go away because the pain gets suppressed.
Correct.
But any other, what we know as alternative healing therapies, whether it is Ayurveda, whether it is homeopathy, whether it is sound healing or crystal
Mm-hmm.
healing or any other form,
Mm-hmm.
it takes time because the
Oh.
body is trying to heal itself. The body is a self healing mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
The body wants to balance its energies, wants to balance its dissonance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What stops it from balancing it by itself is our habits, behaviors, emotions, foods, how we consume information, how we
Mm-hmm.
react to situations. So,
Okay.
all these block the body's natural healing capacity.
Okay.
So, it does take time. It definitely takes time.
Okay. And what about, I saw in your website that one of your way of sound healing is humming. So I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah.
curious. I mean, you're humming and you're healing yourself. How does that happen?
So, in the yoga practices, in the yoga world, we have something called Nada yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Nada is sound.
Okay.
And, and our breath is sound. Because if we are quiet, when we have noisy minds, we can't hear our breath. But when we go into meditative states and we are actually able to listen to the sound of our breath, that is also sound.
Okay.
And in pranayam, we have a practice called brahmari, which is making the sound of a bumblebee. So you
Okay.
close your ears and you close your nose and you take out a sound from your throat.
Okay.
What is that doing? I mentioned musical instruments in the start, right?
Yeah.
So when I hum, like if I take out a humming sound, all the nerves in my throat are getting vibrated. And with that vibration, they are allowing the cells to retune themselves. We are also have Bij mantra.
Okay.
Every chakra, we have 7 major chakras. Every chakra has a Bij mantra, a seed sound. Like a sound like I can just say it like lam. So when I take out the sound, there's a whole vibration in my mouth, in my throat, and in my whole energy center.
Okay.
And as I take out those sounds, all the places in my body where there is lack of resonance becomes tuned. And rather than explaining it in theory, I mean, it'll be nice if somebody can experience it right now. So I can guide people, those who are watching. I would suggest if you can just close your eyes,
Okay.
and maybe you could do it too. Just close your eyes and just allow your mind to go to the last unpleasant thought you had experienced. Maybe today, earlier today, maybe a week earlier, maybe a month earlier. Somebody said something happened, and it brought about some maybe anger, maybe sadness, maybe anxiety, maybe fear.
Okay.
Allow that thought to come up. And as the thought arises in your mind, bring your attention to your breath. And you breathe in with awareness and then start humming with a closed mouth. So you breathe in.
Is that enough? Or it has to be
You
long?
breathe. Yeah, you hum till your breath becomes completely exhaled.
So I inhale, and then when I exhale, I hum like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, it could be deeper, it could be longer. And you do it for at least 3 or 4 breaths.
Okay.
And then you go back to that thought. Go back to the thought which brought about that emotion that you were first associating with.
Okay.
You can do it right now and just check
Now?
how it feels.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3
Yeah.
times, 2 more times, right? I already did
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. And everybody could do it who was watching.
Okay,
Just take your attention to that thought and
Yes.
see how that thought feels now. Does it feel as sticky as it felt in the beginning, or does it feel any less?
A bit less, yeah, now. Not so angry anymore.
So in my healing practice, when I do sound healing sessions also, I guide the people to associate with what their intentions also have a frequency. Every thought has a frequency. We are in fact so powerful as human beings that we can actually create our own experiences by raising our vibration.
Okay.
And the highest vibration is of gratitude. If we can always be in gratitude, we are vibrating at a very high frequency, 900 hertz actually,
Okay.
and then actually nothing can affect us.
So it's like it's all on us, correct?
Ab- Absolutely,
If we don't
absolutely.
want to get sick, we better be, happy.
Grateful.
We better not grateful, of course. We better not let other people's, you know, not let our anger stick on us.
Yeah,
Correct?
yeah,
Otherwise we're gonna suffer later, right?
absolutely. So I would say that when anger comes, don't push it away. Don't say, no, no, I'm not angry.
Mm-hmm.
Accept that you are angry, accept that you're hurt or resentful,
Mm-hmm.
and breathe into it and hum it out.
Okay.
Or take a sound bowl and strike and allow that sound vibration to wash it away.
Okay. But that, Preeta, we need to take lessons from you. Yeah, we cannot do it just like that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I'm
Okay.
here.
Correct. Okay, Preeta, how is sounds healing? No, that day when we were talking, you mentioned about emotional freedom uh, technique.
Technique.
Sorry.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
is sound healing similar to that? And can you explain to our viewers what is this emotional freedom technique all about?
So EFT is another I I so my work is completely focused towards self-care. Because in
Mm-hmm.
my personal journey, I learned that the more I take self-care,
Mm-hmm.
the healthier I am. And with simple techniques. So for me, breath work, humming, these are very, very simple techniques if I can incorporate it in my life.
Mm-hmm.
An EFT or emotional freedom technique is a tapping technique.
Mm-hmm.
We have certain points on the body which are the end points of those energy meridians I mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when I am in any kind of fear, any kind of sorrow, anxiety, or even addictions, if I can learn EFT and tap on those points following a certain protocol,
Mm-hmm.
I release the blocked energies from my body. In fact, EFT has been used with great success with the army veterans after the Vietnam War in US.
Mm-hmm.
That's how actually it became very popular.
Mm-hmm.
Because when the army veterans returned to the country after the war, they were going through PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
And they were treated very successfully by using EFT.
Mm-hmm.
And today I use EFT to heal people from physical pains, from emotional stresses, from any
Mm-hmm.
life situation.
Okay.
If you can make EFT a part of your daily self care routine,
Mm-hmm.
you will find that no emotion stays in your body, it just gets released through tapping. It's very simple to learn and it's very easy to practice.
So, can you give us an example?
Example, so like I said, there are certain points. So we tap on top of the head very
Mm-hmm.
gently. We
Okay.
tap on, we have these points. So we tap here, we tap here, we
Uh-huh.
tap here, here. So there are certain points.
Okay.
And the way we do it is you first state your condition. I am, my leg is paining, my hand is paining, or I have a severe headache.
Mm-hmm.
And then we start tapping and we do a couple of rounds, maybe less than 5 minutes, about 3 to 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it sounds very simplistic,
Mm-hmm.
but I can only say that, I mean, you can Google it and you'll come to know that tapping technique, as it is generally called, or EFT, can actually relieve you of all kinds of mental stresses and physical aches and pains.
Okay. Okay.
I
So,
know of a friend of mine who was so scared to get into the elevator. She had phobia of getting into a closed elevator.
mm-hmm.
Couple of rounds of tapping and she felt her fear vanish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it sounds a little magical, but it is magical, is all I can say.
Okay. But do you also teach EFT
Yeah, I do.
also?
I do. I
Oh,
do. I do.
so besides sound healing, what else are you into? What other programs do you offer? Is there any program applicable for COVID-19 or related, or related sicknesses to the after effect of COVID? Do you have anything on
So,
that?
yeah. So, COVID is unfortunately a virus, and a virus attacks a body which is weak,
Mm-hmm.
which has lower immunity.
Mm-hmm.
So, the way you can protect yourself is by keeping your immunity at a higher level.
Okay.
And even if you do get COVID,
Uh-huh.
what happens to people is that they get very fearful, they get very worried and anxious.
Okay.
And that lowers your vibration, and that allows the virus to become even more, powerful.
Okay.
So, the way I look at it is that, first of all, keep your immunity levels high by doing self-care practices, by eating the right food,
Mm-hmm.
by, following practices which are designed to keep your immunity levels high.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do get COVID, don't fall into this area of fear. Stay calm, stay peaceful, stay relaxed, and just allow the virus to pass away.
Okay.
And I teach simple practices which are always helpful in any situation, including COVID.
Okay.
So you asked me what work I do beyond sound healing.
Yes.
So my primary work is of coaching. I like to believe that I have a position where I can empower people
Mm-hmm.
to lead a life of emotional resilience. Because
Okay.
all our problems start by not accepting our emotions, not accepting our life situation, and being in some emotional state which is causing us stress.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to work with people one on one. I do one on one coaching, I do group coaching.
Mm-hmm.
I work with people, teaching them how to be more grateful in their lives,
Mm-hmm.
how to do forgiveness, because a lot of times we are not able to be grateful because we are always holding somebody responsible for our state.
Mm-hmm.
So, can we forgive ourselves and the people who we blame so that we are healthy
Okay.
mentally, physically, emotionally? I call myself a wholeness coach because I have learned in my life that I am not defective. I am whole.
Mm-hmm.
But I have started believing that things are not right in my life, and so I keep waiting for an outside situation to improve.
Mm-hmm.
So, can I change my belief system? Can I drop those negative limiting beliefs by using very simple practices?
Mm-hmm.
Sound healing is one of them, EFT is another, gratitude is another,
Mm-hmm.
and raise my vibration so that I am always in a state of equanimity.
Okay.
Even this idea that don't be negative, be positive, it is, in my opinion, not right. If you're feeling negative, feel negative, but release it. Don't
Okay.
force yourself to be positive in a negative situation. That is
Okay.
denying, that is denial.
Okay. Um, Another question, Preeta, if how would this be applicable for the Bollywood industry? Suppose I come to you, I want to get more creative. You know, is that possible through your instruments? I come to you, and you tell me to sit with you, and you do your dong therapy, whatever, and then is there such a thing to uplift my creativity?
Uh, yes, there is, because what stops me from being my highest creative self? Some self doubt, some lack of confidence, some lack of worth,
Mm-hmm.
or it could be some kind of a stress of performance. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of us have a stress of not only failure, we also have a stress of being too successful.
Okay.
A lot of people don't want to succeed because they have a fear that if I become successful, these problems will come in my life. And
Okay.
these are very deep rooted limiting beliefs. So,
Okay.
through my coaching practice, through my healing practice, uh, I mean, it can help everyone, including people from the film industry, because what stops us from being our highest self is definitely a limiting belief.
Mm-hmm.
and the stress of how do I show up in the world? Do people accept me the way I am? Very, very basic questions, but this is what actually blocks people. If you can rise above it and you can actually be not so attached to the outcome,
Mm-hmm.
you're more free flowing and you're more creative.
Okay.
And I'd also like to add over here that creativity is the feminine side of our existence.
Mm-hmm.
Action on that creativity is the masculine side of our energy, and we all of us have the creative, have the feminine and the masculine within us.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the way we have been educated and how the society is,
Mm-hmm.
only one part becomes more visible. Like if I'm a woman, then my feminine side is supposed to be more active. It need not be. So can I, through practices, make a balance between my feminine and masculine side so
Mm-hmm.
that my creativity is also flowing and my ability to take action is also flowing?
Okay. Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Um, Preeta, I'm very curious, this is many, I have teachers, who teach yoga, who do a lot of things, okay? And
Yeah,
their
yeah,
question to me is, when you're in a group of people, okay, when you're there to help them release their unwanted emotions, okay? I wouldn't say negative, unwanted emotion, and you're there taking in those vibrations, okay? How do you protect yourself so that you don't get affected by those, vibrations coming into you? Because I
yeah,
know many people who teach yoga, who teach, and they told me, that we get pain. So I told them, actually, you're supposed to be protecting yourself, right? So you don't get
yeah.
affected by this. How do you protect yourself?
Uh, I have a slightly different approach. My understanding is that I will only get affected if my own energy is not solid and grounded. So I have to do self work on myself.
Mm-hmm.
I have to keep, and if I'm talking of vibration and energy,
Mm-hmm.
I have to keep my vibration really high.
Okay.
If my vibration is high, then a weaker vibration will never affect me.
Okay.
And if it does affect me, then I
Mm-hmm.
have to just be aware of it that, okay, I'm feeling a little exhausted today. My energy is leaking.
Mm-hmm.
We call it like, we use terms like energy leakage. We talked energy vampires. There are people in our lives who actually suck energy from us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we've all experienced that when I meet somebody, suddenly I start feeling very exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Or somebody being in the room makes me feel very tense.
Mm-hmm.
Those people are sucking my energy. So at that point, I have to, again, I have the power to raise my vibration. Can I make my vibration so high that that energy leakage stops?
Okay.
So I have to do self work, yes.
Okay. And Preeta, sorry, I didn't give you this question ahead, but I have a lot of young people nowadays who don't know how to handle their stress. They have, um, yeah, they, I have, yes, that stress of many stress, business, finding a partner is one of them.
Yeah,
It's, they're that, I always tell them that you're not releasing that kind of vibration to the universe, or I tell them, talk to the universe every day, but can you just give a bit of advice for them, like maybe what should they do, or you know all that, or they can attend your class, or how do you
yeah.
deal with that?
So my answer here is that, why do you want a partner? If partner is what you're looking for, what is the reason for you're looking for a partner?
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking for a partner so that you start feeling better and complete?
Okay.
Or are you looking for a partner because you are already complete? You just want a bonus, a companion.
Okay. Yes. Correct.
In fact, I'm coaching a girl right now who is very keen on having a partner.
Mm-hmm.
But when you start looking from a partner from a space of neediness, I need a partner because only then will I feel complete,
Mm-hmm.
then you are actually going to find the wrong partner.
Oh, okay.
So if you work from a space that I need to first do self work so that I feel complete in myself,
Okay.
then I will find a partner who's also complete, and that will be a more fruitful, more fulfilling relationship.
Okay. So, your definition of complete would be, what do you mean by feeling complete?
My self worthiness, my
Okay.
self esteem is not impacted when anybody says, any negative thing about me.
Okay.
So I feel like the example I would like to give is there are many flowers in nature's basket, right?
Mm.
But no flower compares itself to the other flower and say, oh, that one is prettier. I want to be like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Whereas as human beings, we're always comparing ourselves with someone else and saying, I want that kind of a life.
Yes. Correct.
So if when I say complete, I mean, can I be complete in whatever God has created me as, whether it is looks, whether it is financial status, whether it is the family life that I have, or the
Mm-hmm.
opportunities that I get. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel complete and whole in that situation, and I am able to express my gratitude,
Mm-hmm.
then the vibration that I emanate is of such a high quality that
Mm-hmm.
what I attract is only abundance of every kind, whether it is unconditional love, whether it is finances, whether it is happiness, whether it is health.
Okay. Good. And that was good. We have a question from Dr. Sunita. What
Okay.
is the self work you suggest to increase our energy level? I
Uh,
guess.
Sorry.
No, continue. Sorry.
So self work is actually, it depends entirely on each individual.
Mm-hmm.
There is no one syllabus for self work.
Mm-hmm.
What is self work for me may be different for you because it depends on what is it that limits you.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, if my limiting belief is that I need to do more, I need to achieve more,
Mm-hmm.
then my self work would be, what am I achieving this for? Is it my self worth, or is it my need to be appreciated and accepted in the world?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas for somebody else, it just might be that, I just want to give, and I can't receive.
Mm-hmm.
So there the self work would be, can you actually start receiving with gratitude, with humility?
Mm-hmm.
Because giving is an ego exercise. I am the giver. I am I am better, or I am superior, so I can give.
Okay.
And receiving sometimes feels like, oh, I'm not good enough, so I can't receive. Because if I receive, that means I'm not able to look after myself.
Okay.
So we have to understand what role your ego is playing in your life to define what self work is for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And Rita, can you just give one example of your sound therapy?
Uh,
Maybe
you know,
share
it,
some
it,
more.
it, it won't be fair because on the phone, you won't be able to hear the sound very well.
Just
Uh, Normally, when I do sound healing, I do it on Zoom because there I can use a mic.
okay. So you just try one, you know, maybe just one thing or that. I can hear you.
Just give me a minute. I haven't kept my instruments ready for this, but I will just take it out. 1 minute. And
There's a
I will
question.
show you.
Yes.
I will show you also.
Varsha has a question.
So here, this is a bowl. Now I have to keep my phone down because I can't hold the phone and play.
Yes, okay.
So I will just put my phone hopefully in a position where you can see me, or at least I'll stand. Here's my bowl.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is the sound clear?
Yeah, just one more probably. So that the sound is expanding, like echoing, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the sound.
Yeah, it's like hitting, you know? I can feel something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, yeah. So they're very, very powerful sounds. And I will
Mm-hmm.
show you another instrument. Just give me 1 second. Are there any more questions you want me to answer?
Yes, Varsha is asking, how would you guide someone to align to their divine purpose?
Can you hear this sound?
Yes.
I have to actually keep the phone down to play instruments because I can't do it with one hand.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. It's like,
So yeah, yeah, sorry, you were saying something. It is like,
yeah, I don't know what I'm feeling. So
yeah,
anyway,
so
Varsha Alwani has a question. Oh my God. That's amazing. Varsha has a question. How would you guide someone to align to their divine purpose?
yeah, wonderful question. But it's very difficult to answer it, in such a kind of a brief session
Okay.
because
No
there
worries.
are many questions that one has to ask as to what do we understand by purpose. And the way I say is, I mean, really speaking, my understanding is our divine purpose is to live every moment with full awareness,
Mm-hmm.
mindfully.
Mm-hmm.
We are constantly lost in our thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
We are either thinking of what has happened in the past or what
Mm-hmm.
is about to happen in the future. We
Okay.
are very rarely in the present moment. My understanding is that the purpose of our life is to live life with awareness of the present moment
Mm-hmm.
and allow things to unfold. And that is why sound healing is so wonderful, because what you're feeling, you said,
Mm-hmm.
is the feeling of being present. We
Okay.
are so lost in thoughts that we don't know what it means to feel present.
Correct. Correct. You're right.
Varsha, does that answer your question?
Anyway, Preeta, how do we contact you if you want to take the classes?
One
And
is, of course, people can follow me on Instagram and
mm-hmm.
send me a DM.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I have a website which is with the same name, wholenesscoachpreeta.com. I can just type it into the comments.
Yes, please. And probably if you have a phone number,
Yeah, I do.
I think that's easier for us in Indonesia.
Yeah. So on my Wholeness Coach Preeta website, you can actually schedule a calendar meet and
Mm-hmm.
spend about 20 minutes with me to understand of how we can work together.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, if you follow my Instagram, you will know all the programs that I announce.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just putting the phone number also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I put my website and my phone number. So you can either drop me a WhatsApp message or you can send me a calendar invite from my website.
No, your phone number, I don't see it yet. Yeah.
I have put it. I just check if you can see it now,
It's not come out. Why? Yeah.
or I can say it out. You can.
Yeah. Maybe slowly say it out. Your phone
It's
number.
Yeah, it's the India code +91 9205369 I'll repeat, India code +91 9205369 I hope it's clear. Can you see it now? You still can't see it?
No, I can't see it. I don't know why. I saw your website, this one,
Yeah, so
but
just after that, I put my number also. I can see it on this thing.
okay, probably the others can see it. Yeah. So group sessions are allowed, private sessions are allowed, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And you usually do this over Zoom for people
absolutely. Yeah.
international. This one, yeah.
Eh, Yeah, even for domestic.
Okay. So and you can also do your wellness, the coaching, you know,
Yeah,
also via Zoom if anybody needs to be, needs a
yeah. So
special.
so in coaching, I take on for 3-month assignments or 6-month assignments.
Oh, okay.
In 3 months, there are 12 sessions.
Okay.
In 6 months, there are 24 sessions.
Okay.
And
Good.
in those sessions, depending on what you're wanting to achieve and where you're starting from, I help you reach there through weekly meetings. Yeah.
Okay. And for the sound therapy, is that
Yeah.
is that 3 months, or it's okay to do it in 2 months, or I mean 1 week? I mean, yeah, just a month.
Yeah. So for sound healing, if you're doing it for a particular purpose, like you're trying to heal something specific,
Mm-hmm.
then you may need to take individual sessions. Like a lady came to me who's carrying who's pregnant,
Okay.
and she wants her healing sessions throughout her pregnancy. So we
Oh,
do weekly sessions with her.
okay.
Now, if somebody is suffering from, say, a particular condition, then
Okay.
depending on your condition, you might need 5, 6, 10 sessions.
Okay.
But if you want to do it for general well-being or you want to experience it,
Yeah.
then you can sign up for either an individual session, or if I'm announcing a group session, you can join.
Uh-huh.
And that can be weekly, that can be twice a week. Again, it depends entirely on the requirement.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Can
And
you
on
repeat? Mhm. Sorry. Sorry.
and
Yes.
and on my Instagram, you will see me announcing programs frequently. So
Mm-hmm.
when I announce a group program, and if that works for you, if the timing suits you, you can join.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you can create a group of your own. You can get 10, 15 people who are interested,
Okay.
and you can connect with me, and we can fix up a time when it suits you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Thank you so much, Preeta. Once again, I'm gonna announce her number: +919205369296. Don't forget to follow Bolly.id, and if you need to contact Preeta, you can also, I can give you her number. You just WhatsApp me if you're my friend. And I can put you through Preeta here. Thank you so much, Preeta. You gave us your time. I'm sure it's very precious. You must be, people must be calling you. You must be very busy. And thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. It's really my honor to be here. And
Yes.
and my thanks to everyone who was here, who heard me. I'm
Hmm.
happy to answer any questions, and you can always follow me and send me messages.
Okay.
Okay?
And thanks. Once again, thank you to Varsha Alwani. She, wasn't there in the beginning, so she probably didn't hear.
Yeah.
So hope we can invite you again soon, maybe for one session, Preeta, when you have time and you think you wanna, give one session to our viewers. Just let me know.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank
Thanks a
you.
million.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, Bolly.id lovers, inila hopefully anda dapat banyak knowledge dari sini. And hope to see you again next time. Please don't forget to press that follow button. And for those of you who missed the show, just watch it again. It's gonna be there in my in our Instagram, and just while you're cooking or whatever, watch it. It's very sorry, informative. Sorry about that. Okay, bye. Thank you. Hope you're all safe.